Beatles, guys, and welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. You know what's crazy? I was actually saying, since I saw her standing there, right? I haven't looked at another. I was actually talking about GameStop, the damn stock, the shares, the company. It's great. It's great. It's at $22.50, somewhere around there. I bought my $10 today. That's all I could afford. I'm waiting on a paycheck, waiting on a dream, waiting on some bills I have to pay. And then, of course, I'll jump in. If the price stays at 22, awesome. If it goes up to 23, it's okay. If it goes up to 25, I didn't miss anything. That's the way I feel about it. But the truth came out just last night when I posted it. I said, hey, there's some real cats out here lying to the people, saying they never sold a share, saying they never got involved, or they never gave up on it. And the truth is they sold everything and played options the whole way after that. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, what I'm talking about, don't worry. I'm talking about that dick. That's what I'm talking about. Don't spit it out, guys. Don't get it confused. Don't be like, what? No, that's his name. Don't blame me. That's his name. His mother gave him that name. So I'm going to call him that name. How dare? How dare people try to call him Richard? His name is Dick. What's up, Dick? I see the charts. I see them. And I'm excited about it. $22. You know what's crazy? The internet has like this track record, right? Let me tell you about this internet thing here. It's etched in stone. Chamaneo. The guy said, Marantz, thank you for your live and all you do. Kamsahamnida. Yeah, check this out, bros. I was right there watching Dick, right? Dick Newton. I don't know if you guys know who he is. That's his name. Forgive me for saying the name out. If you said Dick Clark, nobody would get offended. Oh, I watch Dick Clark. Yes, I love the Dick Clark show. Yep, here we go. Let's listen to some Dick Newton.
No need to fight. Hang in there. There's a lot of chaos and misdirection. And he said in his video, he trusts Ryan Cohen. Ryan Cohen's done an amazing job, you guys. Amazing. This company's healthy. I've never felt more secure holding a stock in my life. Honestly, amazing company to hold shares of right now. No debt. Generating a small profit, large cash balance, leadership that's completely invested. As he said, a strong following of believers, putting out new products that get to your house like within a day. But again, that's my bear thesis. I mean, bull thesis. Love the company, and what others want to do with that information is up to you. So this person's saying what I think I said earlier, which is that with 275 million volume on the day, they might have completed the offering. It may take one more day. If you look at the volume from where they started their first share offering, that would have been back here in May. So they announced it, and then basically, and I'm trying to remember if they offered it, if they did that. So it would have been Monday through Friday. So that was 220 million volume to clear 45 million in share issuance. So basically you need like essentially 5 times the volume. So if you just multiply that by 75 million shares now, you need 366 million volume to absorb this offering, because they can't just dump it all at once. They're gonna like essentially weave it in to the trading volume of the day. So we got through 2/3 or 3/4 of it today. We'll probably finish it up tomorrow, and we'll see an 8K, or Monday we'll see an 8K. So I've got in here potentially we see the conclusion of the share offering with an 8K on Monday. That'd be great, actually, because then the following day, Tuesday, should be after hours. They drop the 10K. So this would be a 10Q for quarter one. So we'll get that. That's really great. It probably won't give us too much new information in there, honestly, because they've already done a release of financial data. We'll be able to dig in there, see if there's anything of interest. Maybe there will actually be DRS numbers. That'd be interesting. And then that'll set the stage for our shareholders meeting 2 days later. This is likely during market hours. We'll figure out the results of the vote. There's probably not anything super exciting here. This will be a really short, like 30 to 1 hour long little thing. But then what I'm excited about is now everything's released. Share offerings are concluded. Financials are all updated. Voting proposals are all done. What does that open us up to? Corporate action and insider action. So we could see announcements this coming week. we could see insider buying this coming week. It's been a long time. So that's what this is when it happens. Mid-June is when, various announcements have occurred in the past. So I'm looking forward to that, very much so.
Yeah, he's looking forward to that. This was last year, guys. This was last year. I got the date. This video was sent to me by our boy, where he says, right here. Where was it at? I forget what minute mark it was. I think it was over here. This was sent to us Because I Can this morning. Because I Can goes, hey, Marantz, check this out. Listen to this.
That I'm basically anti-DRS, or I'm anti-diamond hands, or I'm anti-squeeze, or I don't believe in MOAS. They're going to be very accusatory to me and angry at me. And, I'm okay with that. This is the fourth time that the company's diluted into to raise money, and the company continues to improve their fundamentals and present a very, very strong bull case that isn't built on hopium like NFT dividends. That's exciting. Like I've got a controller here which represents a new product line. I just gave away one to my boss as a gift today, and this is tangible. And it takes money to do this. And it makes GameStop special and unique in a way that it never was before. I also have right here a graded EV 2000 Pokemon card that I just got today. This makes GameStop unique. There's no other company doing something really like this, and the way they're doing it. So it takes money to buy whiskey, as our chairman said many moons ago. And I'm excited to see him converting, money that's offered into cyclical events, just eking out a profit.
I can't with this guy. My point is, he puts you to sleep. I get it, guys. But if you're listening to what he's saying, he's giving you all the bull case. He talks about all this bullshit. And the whole time he's selling shares. For this past year, over a year now, where he's telling people to buy, hold, diamond hand, he's in and out and selling options on top of it. Using his platform to manipulate people and then doing the complete opposite. That's securities fraud. Yes, albeit he's a small-time guy. He's not a big-time guy. It's still bullshit. But Marantz, all your videos from 2024 are on private. Why don't you show what you were saying when Roaring Kitty was running? Do you know why my shit's on private? Do you have any idea why I had to put all of 2024 on private? Nobody knows. I've never talked to you guys about it. My mod team knows. A couple of choice individuals know, like Jay. I see you and La Quinta. Jay, keep killing it. Frank knows. Jay knows. I was approached on some legal stuff that I had to defend myself. Guess what I did? I won. I'm still here, saying the real truth. So what did I do this morning for you? While they tried to tear me down, which they never could, there was some dudes out here spitting the truth. Let's see what Marantz was saying. I speak in third person right now. What was I saying on the same day that Richard made this video where he says, I'm going to buy and hold, I've never sold, I've never done options and everything. Okay, Richard, well, you were actually doing it and still doing it today, liar. Let's see the truth I was spitting. I just want to hear it. I just want to see it. I like to go back to these streams that you guys can't even look at. Only I have them in the vault for now. I can't unleash them just yet. One day, I'm going to unleash everything. And I'm going to do the tell-all. And I don't want to get paid for it either. Don't try to tell me, Marantz, I got a book deal for you. I want to know what's going on. No. When GameStop takes off, it's gone, and we're all millionaires, and we're all talking. I don't want to hear you guys. Marantz, tell us the story about the time you had to battle America. Don't worry about that. I'll keep putting out the truth. And you tell me if I was sincere the same day. My cost average is $25. Just so that we're clear and we're transparent, I saw Roaring Kitty's tweet and stream. He shows his post. I was making a video. I was up to $48,000 last night. And I said to myself, holy hell, I feel great. I'm never going to sell like this at this price because I don't need it. And you guys know I'm not a 100,000-aire. I'm not a guy who has all this money into it like that. I know some of you guys are YOLO'd. Some of you guys have 60,000, 200,000, a couple of million bucks. I'm not that guy, and don't fault me for it. I just didn't have it like that, right? And everybody knows my story. I start putting in my lunch money every day for the last 3.5 years. My lunch money has turned into a large sum, north of 30,000 as of we're talking right now. So yeah, we were there, but here's the point. When I start looking at it from that standpoint, and I know people are putting in, they're like, well, do you even believe in Marantz? Yeah, I do. I had to go buy a house. I had to put $31,000 down on this house that I gave my wife and my family a dream house. But I did that in 2 months, and the claim to fame, I didn't sell a single share of GameStop. That was a pat on my back. I could have had 60,000 in it. I could have had 80,000 in it. But I've been taking my time, and I haven't stopped buying. A lot of you guys know this too. I post my buy orders in the Discord. I posted a buy order today. Yes, for a small amount, 4 shares, $150. Oh, well, that's all I had to rock with. I have nothing left this week. I have car notes. I have payments. I have kids. I have animals. I have life. I live in California. It's a terrible state. But I'm just telling you the truth to be more transparent, because apparently people think they're like, hey, he doesn't even buy shares, or B, he's a bag holder. I hate that terminology too. I'm just being real with you guys, right? And I've never do this. Did you see AMC in the position list? No. And I sure as hell didn't see it in mine either. I only have one in Fidelity, and that's it. The other one obviously is my employer and the way that works out, but we leave that alone. Just so that we're here, though. I'm so real for you guys, and I'm going to be transparent with you. Whatever you guys need, I'm here to help you. I know you guys watch the charts. I know you guys hear the information, and you probably don't know how to interpret it. So let's just go ahead and call out the big bad wolf right now, and that is dilution. Everybody runs to the table and says, Marantz, dilution, dilution, dilution. What the hell's going on? Short Destroyer. He's a guy on Twitter. He kind of softens the blow where he says, Ryan Cohen, we're with you, but we want you to be more transparent. We want answers. At a shareholders meeting, I want to know what you're doing with this money, because this is bullshit you keep doing. And let me tell you guys something. I'm just going to say it because I'm not like it. I'm a nice guy. I'm in a good mood right now. And I'm just going to say it clear as day to anyone who has this idea that GameStop needs to be transparent or GameStop needs to tell you anything. I'm just going to tell you guys, shut the fuck up. Who the hell are you talking to? Who do you think I am? You think I'm some nice guy? You think I'm just out here? I wake up every damn day talking about GameStop in the right way. Rain or shine, that's it. I'm married to the bitch. And it's Bonnie and Clyde, and we're riding right off the cliff if we're Thelma and Louise. What the hell did you think it was? How the hell do you get to sit here, put money in, and then question the freedom that it gives you, the financial freedom? Do you not dream big enough? Do you not understand what Ryan Cohen's doing? Let me tell you something. Ryan Cohen puts in millions and millions of dollars of his own money. His net worth is in the damn company. So if he chooses to do something, then don't roll with them. But I'm rolling with them. You want to roll? Let's roll, babe. But I'm so loyal and I'm dedicated till the end of it all. Yes, I do reserve the right to change my mind. I hear you. I hear Roaring Kitty say it. But what he said that spoke volumes to me, and it should speak volumes to you, he said, absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. And that means just because you don't know what they're doing doesn't mean they're not doing anything. It's one of those things in your brain, you got to get out of it. I don't need anybody to tell me shit. I don't need them to explain shit. Hey, don't tell me shit. I'm giving you my money blindly. But when I'm doing it, before I bitch about it, make sure that I'm giving you what I can afford to lose, 1. 2, I'm green, bitches. Are you? So what the hell's the problem? All you naysayers out there in America, all you guys on Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit, you want to talk against GameStop? Yeah, I'm agitated. I'm agitated to the point because, aren't you green? Isn't your shit up today? So what are you mad about? You have shareholder equity, don't you? It's not Mullen Automotive. It's not AMC. It's not Bed Bath & Gone. What are you mad about? Oh, you got to explain it to me. Don't explain shit to me. It's kind of like when you want to walk around and you say, you know what? Baby, I'm home. You want to know where I'm at? I'm not at the bar. I'm not at the casino. I'm not at the massage parlor. I'm not at the strip club. I'm home. You want to know where I'm at? I'm playing games with my boys. Are you a gamer? Are you a gamer? Because chances are those guys that are crying about shit, they're not gamers. Gamers are out here pushing reset. Gamers are out here just, you know what? I'll try again tomorrow. I'll take another attempt tomorrow for a little bit more percentage till we down that bus. But split DPS never killed anything. And if you don't understand that phrasing, I'll say it to you again. Split DPS never killed anything. And DPS is damage per second.
If you played WoW, you know what's up. Listen.
Listen, Linda. Damn, I was spitting. Holy shit, I was good back then. Still am. Bros, I was feeling myself. That was the days when I've been diamond-handed for years. Hey, we got shit like that in the vault forever. And you guys will probably get access to them. You paid subscribers of the show. I'll probably open up the floodgates sometime. I don't know. I know the whole first year of this show is under members only section. Some of the videos I do go to members only. But you guys ain't ready, bro. Nah, I done forgot about half the shit I have ever said on this show. I just know that it's always been the truth. Dick Newton over here selling off GameStop and talking like he's diamond-handed and you need to be too. And there's a very good bullish case here. I look at this every day. I feel very comfortable with it. That he sells his shares and writes covered calls and options and everything. Oh, my God. Don't worry. It gets better. Hey, can we educate the crowd today? Are we doing educational work today? Is that what we're going to do? Bro, I had it, Richard. Richard, I know you watch, bro. All you cats, all you Meltdown, PBCs, all the people that watch, I don't know, they all watch the show. They all go, is Marantz going live today? I want to have some content. Can I go live? I want to steal his verbiage. I want to steal his talk. Well, let's steal the talk. Can we go look at the charts, guys? Let's educate the masses on the shit that's real. Hey, by the way, I got to put this out there. GameStop, ever since I started playing that video right there. Boom! 22.40 all the way up to 22.80. Killing it right now with the 40-cent increase. And it should. Little V recovery. Go up there and go smack it in the face. Next level resistance, 22.60, 22.87, 22.90, and then go all the way up to about $23. We should break past it today. Marantz, this is looking real choppy. I love nuclear Marantz. Yeah, I ain't nuclear, bros. I'm just me. All right, let's talk about the fake headlines, okay? Fake headlines. Charles White was out there boxing one of the Island Boys. I don't know if you guys saw this shit. First off, Charles White's 48 years old. I thought he was 60. I mean, the guy looks terrible for 48. Shit, bros. And he's out there. He can't beat up an Island Boy. He actually won the fight. I'll tell you that from what I saw. But after 2 rounds, that boy couldn't even move. He was like, can we take a break? No, it's live. But, hey, you couldn't punch out an Island Boy? Bros, those dudes almost drowned in the hot tub wearing those heavy-ass basketball shorts. That's about all the Island Boys can do. But that was my weekend. Game 7, Halliburton gets, he blows out his Achilles. Ah, so sad. Hit the ground and cry. Oh, my God. It's Game 7 NBA Finals. Your whole life. It's everything. You get paid millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Shut up. Don't care one bit about sports and what the hell they accomplish. I don't even watch sports. Did anybody watch the bottom of the 7th inning yesterday at Dodger Stadium? Shohei Ohtani comes up, bases are loaded. He hits a triple, clearing base triple, 0 outs. They go on and they score 7 runs, 9 runs in the 7th. Nobody saw this game against Washington? I don't even watch sports. This is crazy talk. Max Muncy hits 2 home runs. It's crazy, man. Then I came home and I was like, hold on. I've got a Max Muncy card. I'm over here collecting baseball cards. I'm about to give this shit away. Yeah. Who watches this stuff, bros? I don't even know who watches sports. It's so gross. Did OKC win? OKC won, right? The Thunder? What would they have? They had the buses printed before the game? The buses were already printed and done, right? The victory parade buses. I just want to make that very clear. There wasn't buses already done for the Pacers. Oh, no. They had, I think I saw like 5 buses. Oh, goodness gracious. Alex P., are you still mad? GameStop's killing it. 40-cent increase. Damn it, I missed the bottom. Oh, it's Moas. This is Moas, bros. Oh, man. But we still got to go look at charts, though. We still got to go look at charts. By the way, I'm going to GameStop. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow or whatever. I got to buy a new mouse. I've been saying I'm going to buy one. I was going to order it last night, but I'll just go pick it up in person before I go to work. I know where they have them. They told me inventory is 2. One at the mall, one in La Quinta. So I got to go. You know where to meet me, bros. If you want that problem. All right, check this out. Let's go. Let's talk the macro. Let's talk the war in Iran. Bros, I saw Tel Aviv. These people were walking around like it was just a boulevard. It was nothing. Bitcoin springing back up. Go for it, Bitcoin 102. Here you go. The SPY bouncing back to whatever it was at, 6K. Don't worry. I'll put you on the 30-minute. I'll let you see what it's not going to do. This is a fine line to walk. Fine line to walk right here. Okay? We'll see if it can hold up. But you really have this one way up here. If you don't, mouse doesn't grab. See, this mouse is... If you guys even know what it's like to have a mouse that doesn't work, it's crazy. So it could be something like this. But anyway, it's going to fall down. This shit's going down. Don't worry. I already know. I can see it. It's like you're looking right at it. The true indicator is this. If you look at the Russell 2000, it doesn't really look like that. Russell 2000's battling against the 50-day moving average. The SPY not so much, right? SPY's above it. And why is that? Does anybody understand why the broader market can't get to what the S&P 500 is? Because the broader market actually holds the bottom half of the economy. The 1,500 other companies not in the S&P 500. And you can even go on to the QQQs and look at the NASDAQ and see exactly how the top 100 are holding up. But the true indicator for a lot of this market, if you go to Mag 7, it's going to be something like Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire is going to go ahead and fall to the 50-day moving average coming up right now. This is on the daily. Right there for the first time approaching the 200-day moving average. So actually coming down to where it was previously. It's never been this low. This is not a Warren Buffett is gone and we don't know what to do. This is your economy. This is the truth. And it's hard to recover $100,000, $80,000 a share when the whole world's selling off. These guys own everything. So has it ever fallen below that average? That's what you have to ask yourself. And if you go all the way over here to 200-day moving average, it fell in 2023. One time. Bounced back up and climbed. Fell again right here, just enough, 2023, after you had this. What did you have? The recession of 2022. Nobody wanted to call it that. You had a death cross on the stock. It came down. It went and flirted with the top of it, came back down. Right there, that is a George W, right? That is a W there. Double bottom, posted up, and took off after it. So what the economy will do after you see this should come down. You should find your death cross here, and we should end up falling down even further. These are the true indicators of the market. You can say Netflix is flying. One stock is flying. You can say another stock is getting evened out. Look at this. I drew this already, guys. I drew these support lines to show you where you're going to have a breakout. You could have potential breakout. But the SPY has a problem. The SPY has a problem of diminishing returns and terrible headlines from the economy, from the president himself. So that's the truth about a broader market. I'll give you an example. Watch. We can go ahead and look up. I have a stock that I want to go ahead and look. Well, not a stock, but an ETF. XLV. Okay. XLV is an ETF that tracks healthcare. Now, if the whole market was up, every sector, everything was going great, you wouldn't see healthcare all the way at the all-time low shooting down. It can't even battle to the 50-day. That's the problem right now. There are certain. And I've broken down every ETF before. There's semiconductors, there's discretionary, there's healthcare, there's real estate, there's finance. You name all the sectors, and then you see which ones are really struggling. Something like healthcare shouldn't be struggling. It shouldn't be struggling because you have enough baby boomers out here and enough money to run around that it should be going crazy. But I pay attention to a lot of different things, a lot of indicators. Something like Google coming down, went ahead and broke out past the 200-day, fell back. It's already in a death cross, and your support is supposed to be the 50-day. The 50-day, the green line right here, is supposed to be your support. Guess what? It's not. It's not. This is going to be the same action, guys. This is going to be the same action as you see right now in the S&P. Pay attention. It's going to go right here. It's going to just keep falling off. You're in this channel here. And in this channel, you're eventually going to fall down. You're not going to break out. That's not going to happen. So there's a lot of things you look at from TA standpoints where they break out. And if you don't see the fall down out of here, then maybe you missed it right here. Maybe you missed the same action here. That's the same action. Okay? That's the same action from Google. Boom, boom, boom. Fall down to the ground. Boom, boom, boom. Fall down to the ground. There's no way around it. It'll happen again. It's unfortunate. For GameStop, a lot different. A lot different because we know what's happening on the quarterly. We know what's happening. And I wonder why this readjusted. That one's supposed to readjust like that. That's supposed to be way out here. If you don't get your ass. Is it way out here? Yeah, it's like that. There you go. So that's your real average right there, your real support, the golden line. When the Lakers cross in colors, you know what's happening here. But I'm excited. We should break out of this within the next 6 months. And so you're going to have a good price. You're going to have a good price on shares if you can get them anytime. And I don't mind. I don't mind one bit. Those Cardsmith crypto cards resell like crazy, from what I saw. I don't really care for them. I bought them back in the day, but it wasn't for me. Things that I like to buy are things that I can give away that the kids and the families will want. Somebody will want to collect and save. But those are for real. Those are for a different type of collector. You know, the cryptocurrency cards, any cards really. I mean, yeah, dude, I have so much going on with cards that I'm giving away. Coming up, our next giveaway is going to be in Oxnard, California during Cowboys training camp. So I'm getting ready for that. My wife was like, "Who's going to want Pokemon cards at the trading camp?" At the training camp, she's like, "No one's going to want Pokemon cards." I said, "Babe, okay, then what do I have to get?" She's like, "You got to go get Cowboy cards." And I was like, "Cowboy cards? I mean, that's going to be impossible to get Cowboy cards." You know, one big earnings report that I'm looking for, and this is just because my boy Frank's in the chat. Frank, I'm looking at Thursday, okay? I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Nike. So I'm looking at Nike right now on the Thursday. They have earnings this week. It's their fourth quarter earnings. It's a little scary. This chart's a little scary for some people. Definitely for me. I'm trying to find the inner Dorito, but that's not what I'm finding. And I don't know if we found the bottom at 60 or through 50. It all depends on the numbers themselves. Now, they've had lackluster quarters. We're going to go over Nike today. I will go in detail for you. This is a stock that I will never buy, and it's not because I don't believe in it. It's because I only believe in GameStop, nothing else. But I do want to give it some light because I know people have asked about it before, and we want to go ahead and compare ourselves to other companies. Certainly a company like Nike, where they have a market cap of over $90 billion, you want to say, okay, well, how big is GameStop? You know what happens, guys? People think that brands and names are bigger than what GameStop is, not realizing how big GameStop is. GameStop has a potential flow of 1 billion shares, 1 billion shares in the coffers. So when they offer shares, anyone getting value for those shares has to take into consideration that GameStop can dilute up to 1 billion shares. So when GameStop offers a note of 4%, 5%, and or 10%, they're going to go ahead and give it value of up to $3 billion for 10. That's just what the current price is right now for GameStop. So if you understand the value of what they're actually trying to raise, then people would be extremely excited that GameStop has $9 billion cash. Massive number. How is the company not worth more than that? To some people, I'll never understand. Like Wedbush has a price target for GameStop at $6 billion market cap. They have $9 billion cash, plus assets, plus earnings, plus plus everything, right? Collectibles, you name it. And there's just and plus the optionality. They don't have a loan facility. They don't have any debt, no corporate debt. It's not like that. The senior notes are debt, but not the corporate debt. Corporate debt brings along covenants. And that forces your company to do things the way the covenants draw it out. They map it out. They lock you in. It's so funny. It's like they've made this tool to where companies have to follow the guidelines given to them by the banks and or by the loaning party. And that's why I pay attention to it. I'm like, well, what the hell? Why would you offer up a portion of your company and then give them control of it? Then that tells you what's been happening with all these other companies, you know, over the past 30 years, 40 years. And that's why GameStop's so valuable, because they're not owed by anyone. You know, they're owned by you, the people, and they don't owe anybody anything. So we got that there. But let's go look at Nike, okay? Here is Nike. Nike is $60.76 a share. I've said in the past, I really like Nike at 70 and 60. I do. I think it's, you know, for the brand itself, but you got to understand, GameStop's a brand too. That was my point. By the way, Lakers, $10 billion, not even close. And that's a brand, right? People wear all the jerseys, all this. So you would think it's amazing. Man, there's 32 other teams that people want to watch and care about. It's just one team in one league. It's nothing. GameStop is massive. Gaming is massive. So is collectibles. Check this out. Revenue, revenue. These guys are not even, they're barely 2x on revenue. That's crazy value. Net income of $4 billion, and yet they have $1.5 billion on the float. But $4 billion on net income, $3 per share. This is a great value buy. Even with the dividend, they pay out a dividend of $1.60 on that $60, comes out to 2.5%. This is a good buy right now at 60. But let's talk about financials, because that's what we're looking at right now on the quarterly coming out. Their quarter 4 is coming out on Thursday. Let's look at revenue. They've had declining revenue, and I get it. Wall Street's so fixed on this shit, and they could be. But revenue comes into play. You could throw in tariffs. You can throw in changing direction of the company. People not buying just so much Nike as they used to when there's competition like Lululemon and or Adidas and Brooks and other little companies that have taken out little, the niche market itself of athleisure wear, whatever they call it, athletes wear, whatever, Under Armour. So there are some companies that rise against you, but let's talk about it. Profit margins are down, even though, top line's down, profits margins are down right there, gross profit. SG&A seems to be flat. I'm okay with it. Operating income, $788 million. They have a little bit of interest they got to pay, about 10% of their actual operating income, so they're going to come down, but after everything, after the interest they make off the money they have, boom, they're going to come around at 794. Not bad. Terrible quarter, the worst quarter they've ever had in the last, 10. Can they do better than 794? Quite possibly, but we'll see how it all works out. Value-wise, look at these guys. They have margin for cash. They have profit margin itself, which is down. That's not good. Operating margin is down. That's not good. And gross margin is down. So, yes, 3 of these are terrible. One's pretty good. We'll see if they can get this under wraps. Quarter 4 tends to be a strong quarter for them. Quarter 4 was strong then. Strong and strong and strong. So we'll see. We'll see if people get ready for track season and, running shoes and whatever they're buying. But we have a lot to look at. EBITDA, by the way, for them, they're looking at around 9%, which is their worst ever. So if I'm buying something at the worst and I think they can make a rebound, this would be it right now. Cash and cash equivalents. These guys absolutely have cash and cash equivalents. $10 billion. Okay, cash 8.6, short-term investments of 1.7, almost 1.8. These boys are cash rich. So they traded 6 times cash. Anybody see that? They traded 6 times cash, guys. Okay? I just want to put it out there. If GameStop traded 6 times cash, they'd be a $54 billion company. People would be talking about it, wouldn't they? Because it would be over $100 a share. But I'll go back to this. Total assets, $24,000, or $37,000. That's current assets, sorry. $37 billion. Apologize, I said it wrong. And then $23 billion in liabilities, which leaves them with shareholder equity of $14 billion, which has remained flat over the whole year. Good amount. Their net cash debt, they have plenty of debt there on total debt. So what are they actually rolling around with? About $9 in book. $9 in book. That puts you at, let's see, 7 times book. I mean, because if it was 8, no, I'm going to go 6. I'll err on the bottom side. So 6 times book. GameStop 6 times book? Anybody? So Nike gets a fair val right here. Valuation's there for Nike. I like it at 60. I've been quoted to saying this. For a company that's carrying $10 billion of cash, makes profit, has some book value in there. I understand it's not like tip-top shape. It's not running on all cylinders, but it's not terrible. But that's just what I look at Nike. We'll see. We'll know more on Thursday, okay? But what do I anticipate? I anticipate it going up because I think you have to give it fair value. That's just me. Let's talk about GameStop fundamentals. Let's remind ourselves how great GameStop is. We'll go to the quarterly. We'll look at the income statement. I want to go down to this number right here so people can see it for themselves. Not only do we look at all of these percentages of 25% free cash flow, 6% profit margin, 3% op margin, and 34% gross profit margin, okay? We're also looking at EBITDA right here. We're looking how they have all of a sudden gone positive across the way, and you'll see 82 million, 30 million, and it's going to keep going up because those one-timers won't affect it. You have the adjusted EBITDA and comes into play, and when you're looking at GameStop right here, this bottom quarter, this second quarter here, $14.8 million what they made last year. So right now we're carrying $201 million of profit. I don't know if you guys know this part, but that's what we're carrying on trailing 12. $201 million. Take away the 14.8. We'll just call it 15 and 200. They're literally carrying 185. What are you going to add? You're going to add a number to that 185. The number you're going to add as of right now is going to be an additional $20 million. So on top of 14, you're going to put 20. So you're going to go 20 more. So that's 220. Okay. SG&A is coming down $50 million. So you get to go ahead and add $50 million. Trust me on this. So now you get to add 50. Now you're at 270. The other part you're going to take into consideration is the actual top line revenue might not be lower. Might not be lower because you have the Switch and Pokemon. And Switch 2 is hitting you at the top line. So your margins might come down. But you have a lot of room on the controllables yourself. After I saw what they broke down in North America versus Canada, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they are flat. Maybe they do come in at 732, whatever. Maybe doesn't matter. GameStop is going to make a crazy killing on this quarter right now, quarter 2. So I think that their trailing 12 profit is going to be approaching $300 million after this quarter. What gives that away? Well, we've talked about it before. But we got to go look at the number right now because I want to explain it to you in detail. It's going to be your, right here, Bitcoin. Okay? Now, some people frown on Bitcoin. You know I'm not a fan. I'm never like, I'm a Bitcoin bro. It doesn't work that way for me. I don't care. GameStop started buying Bitcoin right here where this square starts and ends. They bought Bitcoin somewhere in here, and people tend to think it's this run-up right here with about 4,710 Bitcoin. So if they did buy them and the average is 103 in that take, they're flat right now on their investment. If it goes up at the end of July is your recorded date. So whatever Bitcoin is at the end of July, that will be GameStop's profit via times 4,710 as of now. So it's a huge number, and it's going to be okay. It's going to be put on a couple of $1 million on the top line, which I'm happy for. Because it goes to the income, not the bottom line, not the net income, but the income statement. It's going to look a little weird on you. But I like it. I like it a lot. Now, I want to show you something. I hope people understand what I just showed them right there. Let's go look at GameStop. So you're looking at a company right now that's trading at $22 and some change. Still climbing, by the way. I got past that little resistance area where I told you it would get topped off at around 22.80. Now it's going to go hit $23. We'll go get it now. Don't worry. We'll be fine. We're going green today, gentlemen. Ladies, we're going green. It's just the way it's going to go down. So, I'm sorry I didn't read the chat. I'll keep reading the chat in a minute. Is Nike a buy? No, not for me. I only buy GameStop. What's wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Is Nike a buy? These guys. Where do these guys come from, bros? I don't even know where they come from. So right now, you've had plenty of people come out here and tell you, how they run their investments, how they play them out, what they see, what they don't. I want to ask you something. Is a company like GameStop that trades at $22 a share, that has almost $10 billion of cash, that has profit of $300 million a year, they will. That's what they're going to show after this quarter. And they're continually changing the way they do business, is that company only worth $22? I think the answer is hell no. $10 billion is not it. You would trade off of earnings. It's earnings alone at $300 million. You can times that by, I'll just be fair. I'll give you a 50 PE ratio. If I go 50, then you should be at $15 billion at least. Now you can add in the cash on top of that. No, I'm just doing earning. Remember, the sum of all parts. These guys talk shit on me on the meltdown. They're like, Marantz is just adding up percentages. What does he know? I'm just like, a lot. I know a lot. But you get to trade on your free cash flow. Okay, just work with me here, guys. You get to trade on earnings. Okay, earnings, profit. You get to trade on cash flow, and then you also get to factor in the price to earnings ratio. That's where that comes in. So If the PE ratio gets to be 50, which most companies are trading at right now, that's just the way the market is. It's not my calling, it's theirs. Well, GameStop is trading at 49 right now, 49 PE ratio. So if they increase, then the price gets to increase. But as the price increases, let's just say 50. I'm going to be fair with you. 50 times earnings. Well, then you're going to look at a $30 stock. You're looking at a $30 stock, and you go, okay, well, they have $30 stock. Now I get to add in cash. Don't I? Why don't I get to add in the cash value? They have cash. Don't I get to add in the $9 billion? Well, $9 billion on top of $15 a share puts you at what? $22 billion. Free cash flow itself? I mean, we're making crazy money, right? Oh, they're just closing down stores, Marantz. Yeah, but what are they doing? They're actually raising capital by selling off all the shit they should have never had, which is phenomenal, by the way. So you actually get a multiple on all of this. And when you're at 10% free cash flow on revenue of $700 million, that's $70 million. You times that by a ratio. You can do 40, 50, it doesn't matter. That's going to be an additional $3.5 billion. I'm telling you. So now I have $3.5 billion, right, on free cash flow. I have $9 billion on cash itself that you're just sitting on. So there's value there on assets. So I have my assets. This is all sum of all parts. Okay, you add them all up. So you take your 3.5 on free cash flow. You take your actual core value, your book value of $10 billion. I'm just going to say $10 billion to be friendly and fair. So I'll take $10 billion. I'll take the 3.5. That's $13.5 billion. Now I get to do profits. And the profits are going to be $300 million, right? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me how far you want to go, but I get to add 15 more billion on there. So now I'm at $25 billion. Go ahead and do another share offering, Mr. Cohen. Our sum of all parts keeps increasing. When are people going to do this math? Why? Why is it that every company in America, Michael Packer, every company in America gets to get valuation, a fair valuation based off of the sum of all parts, except for GameStop? And I'm talking every company. You guys go out there and you go, okay, well, what about other companies? Well, go look at them. The first thing they're going to tell you is, well, look at all those assets they have. You can't compare these companies to this. You're okay, maybe I can't. And why can't I? Because their infrastructure is bigger, because they have more sales, because they have more. Yeah, okay, so the smaller scale company can't compare to the larger company that's already been built over 40 years. This company is growing and thriving and transitioning, but it can't compare to this big one because this one's been around forever, right? Right? I mean, that's what they're trying to tell you. Well, this one has a business model. This one has a scale. And as this one scales towards this one can go nowhere. This one is Walmart. This one is Target. This one is Costco. This one is Best Buy. Retail. This one keeps going. Unless these guys innovate and do something different, a la Amazon, or even Costco putting apartment complexes on top of buildings, those are different things. Those are outside the box. But brick and mortar retail is not going to beat GameStop. GameStop's infused technology with omni-channel and omni-marketing. They're completely transparent with what they do. And that partnership with PSA. So maybe they're transitioning, oh my God, just enough. But let's go back to it. If I'm comparing things and I'm saying what's of value and what's not, why wouldn't I understand that this company is not getting the valuation that they deserve? How is it that everybody gets to turn a blind eye? This is why it's extremely undervalued. This is why all of, I guess, the Middle East or Qatar or whoever's putting money in, I don't know whom. Ryan Cohen's buying in at $10 billion at a pop whenever he does. This is why. Because there's true value here. And extremely undervalued even now. Even now. Even when people say, well, they can't, Marantz. They can't what? You can't call it undervalued? Okay, I'll tell you why. Okay? I want you guys to think about this. This is, okay, I can prove it to you a different way. All right, on GameStop. We don't have to look at the chart. Just listen to me. When someone walks up to you and says, hold on, Marantz, you can't compare GameStop to anybody. They only do $3 billion worth of revenue in sales, and it's declining. You say, okay. The profit margin is 34.5% last quarter. For the previous year, they're over 30% now. As to oppose 2022, quarter four, they were 16%. 22% for the year. They're now at 30 plus. 800 basis points ahead, 8% ahead because they're doing better business, right? Okay. So you're going to give a comparison in company based off of how much profit they make. So now that we put profit over here, right? Everybody gets to get their own profit. This is the percentage of profit they make. Boom, everybody. I don't care who they are. I don't care what company you look at. Boom, 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 rank them. Then we're going to move over and we're going to go to, well, what's their balance sheet look like? Not their income statement. What does their balance sheet look like? What are they sitting on? How profitable are they in infrastructure? Total assets, total current assets, cash on hand, you name it. A lot of people like to give you profit and or value based off of things that are just stretched out on goodwill. Take away the goodwill. What do you have, Disney? You have $100 billion of debt. Disney does. Believe it. They're all goodwill. It's all goodwill. It's not anything that they actually have. So when you look at companies like AMC or Disney or Best Buy, you start looking at companies that just start burning off, right? GameStop doesn't have that. So if we're going to value those companies above GameStop, which is fine, then deduct the liabilities. And then you have your shareholder equity. That's that book value we talk about. Why are you allowed to trade at a multiple 10 times greater than? GameStop's not. So there's one. So now we're measuring. We're measuring assets, infrastructure, and earnings, the sum of all parts. Let's get to the cash. What are they going to make for the next 10 years? What is your free cash flow? What is that percentage? So now I just gave you what the company makes, what the balance sheet is, and then what they're going to make in the future and what they're going to do with that cash. It gets to get added to the balance sheet, or it gets to get put back in and you pay it in SG&A or dividends or however else you want to do it. But now when I add up those three things and I look at a company, that's where the value comes in. That's where GameStop should be rated at $25 billion, $30 billion. You have a unique ability to raise cash. No other company is doing it. They can't do it. Don't believe the bullshit. You go out and put out a convertible note on Target, do you know what's going to happen? Every Target investor is going to be like, why the hell? What the hell? What's going on? We're Target. Why are we offering up our company? It's different for GameStop. Let's go look at Target, guys. You guys have been with me for a long time. This is Target as a company. This is the weekly chart. I'll go to you on the monthly chart. Is this not the lowest performing retail company in the history of retail recently, in recent history? Aside from the ones that go bankrupt, Target is looking terrible. Target is at $242 all the way down to $96 a share, approaching the 200-day moving average on the monthly. How about the quarterly? Let's go to the quarterly on Target. This is the first time in the history of Target since 2013 that you have seen 3 consecutive quarters in the negative. Since 2013, 3 consecutive quarters. So in over a decade, they haven't looked this terrible. For them to come down and fall down tells you everything you need to know about this company. When I tell you there is someone winning and there is someone losing, in the categories that they might have been winning, they're now officially losing. Because you're not going to win at sports cards. You're not going to win at video games. You're not going to win at linens and things. You're not going to win on domestics, home goods. You're not going to do any of that. Amazon's going to beat you, you name it. Bed Bath & Gone found that out. Target's finding that out. Look at the stock price. But, we do more than just look at stock prices, guys. We go in here and we say, is there a reason why Target is so terrible? The Target Corporation is a company that I actually focused on a couple of years ago because I felt the controllables were out of control. I felt that a company that loses 1% of inventory via shrink means you have no corporate control. You need to get everyone fired. There's no way logistically you can transport product from point A to point B and it get counted against you because you lose it in freight or you lose it at the door when it gets to the building. It makes no sense. But nobody got fired. GameStop, they had this announcement. It was all over front page news. there was a truck that got robbed, and they stole $3 million worth of Switch 2s that were headed to GameStop. They actually know they were headed to GameStop, right? Came from Nintendo straight to GameStop, allegedly. Who do you think loses on that? You think it's GameStop? GameStop doesn't lose a thing. That's Nintendo. It's their responsibility to deliver it to you and your store. It's not GameStop's fault. It's not their fault. They didn't get to the fulfillment center. They didn't make it there to their distribution center. They were on their way. En route to GameStop. That's exactly what it said. But you got to put GameStop in the headline to bash it just a little more. Doesn't matter. GameStop doesn't lose a dime. Why do you think GameStop said in a tweet, they say, well, trade them in. Trade them in. Let's look at these guys called Target. Market cap, not even half of what the revenue is. Because some people know what this company's doing. You sell off $100 billion worth of stuff, you make $4 billion. That's a good ratio, to believe it or not. That is a good ratio. 4%? Great ratio. Anybody know what GameStop just did? GameStop made $44 million on 700. GameStop did 5%, right? 6%. GameStop's trailing 12 is $200 million worth of profit, and they bring in $3 billion, so they're like around 8, 6, 7%. But if you're going to go for the whole year, because GameStop's coming in at $400 million, believe me or don't, GameStop's going to be having, at least 10, 11% ops on profit. But it's cool. Let's keep looking at this. Earnings per share, massive, guys. Massive PE ratio. The fact that the price is at $96, their PE ratio is so far down. You should be buying this thing like it's going out of business. They're paying a dividend at almost 5%. This is a T-bill waiting to happen right here at $96. Why is the world not buying this thing? Why is this falling to the ground? Has anybody figured out why Target's falling to the ground when the value's there? Chances are you buy it, they lower the dividend they pay out, right? Let's go talk that out. Operating revenue right here, $105 million. And I can go into the quarterly all I want, but I'll do trailing 12 on this. Down over the last 4 quarters. Down. Just fine. $2 million is not the end of the world. I get it. GameStop's winning. Gross profit down. Unfortunate part, operating income is, well, I call it flat. I mean, from 6.3 to 5.9. I know that's down, but they were up from last quarter. Not bad. It's not that bad. Could be worse. They're up. This sucks, paying $400 million in interest. It means you're carrying over some debt, but, it happens. Net income, $4 billion. Not bad. It's been flat over the last 2 years. Not bad at all. Not bad. It's a company that makes money, bros. What's the problem? Maybe I'm missing it. Let me keep looking. I'll see what I'm looking at. Free cash flow per share, $7. Not bad. Here we go. Gross margin, 28%. Pretty good. Ops margin, 5%, like I told you. Profit margin, 3.5%. Most companies do. Most companies not named GameStop. And free cash flow, 3%. So that's falling to the ground. That sucks. But not bad on the income statement. Solid company across the board. Let's see the nuts and the bolts. Here's the truth. Cash and cash equivalents. You had a cash burn of $2 billion. That's the truth. $2 billion cash burn. They have not recovered from 3.8 down to 2.8, which is $1 billion just 2 years ago. This company is burning cash. I don't understand it. Inventory. They're carrying over more inventory, which is fine to a point, but they were carrying even worse going into Christmas, and they did more. Great. They sold off. They had sold off after Christmas. They went 14.7 versus this, a $400 million difference, okay? They sold down to 11.8. Where are they at now? 13, 12.7. They're still carrying heavy. It looks like it's just a flat business. There's no profit to be made here unless you sell off all these plants and properties. $56 billion worth of assets. Liabilities 41. The long-term debt $14 billion. Gross. You got cash burn. This is wide. Look at this. Somebody tried to tell me about AMC the other day, like on the chat. They were like, hey, Marantz, that AMC debt is just leases on their buildings. I said, no, it's not. That's a separate line. That's crazy. Retained earnings, they're doing good at $8 billion. Not bad. Shareholder equity, $14.9 billion. Not bad. I'm telling you. Net cash and debt, not good. Net cash per share, not good. But, you know, $32. $32 book. Not bad. Trading 3x book. Can GameStop do that? GameStop at 3x book would be something like, I don't know, $36. So, yeah, Target. Target pushing the envelope. Not bad on Target, guys. I can't get too mad at them other than the $2 billion of cash flow, cash burned off. Oh, by the way, just so that we're clear for you AMC guys who forgot that there's another line there for debt. Marantz, it wasn't that Marantz. Their liabilities are just the leases. There's the leases, bro. There's the debt. Remember, they bought Carmike movie theaters, Odin movie theaters, Lowe's Corporation movie theaters. I mean, they bought everything. They're terrible. There's the earnings. No, they're going to get better. Adam Aaron's going to get better. Ever since Adam Aaron did his tweet, let's see. He was here. He did an interview with Trey right here. So he was down $6 billion in retained earnings. Since he started doing interviews and tweets and everything, they only lost $2.5 billion more dollars. That's only $2.5 billion, while everyone has given them money. That's crazy. All right, guys. That's how I feel today. Just a little education, a little 101. I got to read the chat. I have a lot. I haven't been doing it. Team 51, you know who you are. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Me too. The amount of money Disney is burning making movies. Oh, they can make new theme parks. They could, but that's not the way. That's not the way to burn it off. People are in charge of those movie industries. It's crazy with all these things you point out. Jimmy's billions of cash liquidity. How the hell we can still afford to buy shares? Yeah, sure. You know, you find time, Anthony. You find time, and shout out to AJ, you know, the show's #1 fan. You find time to sneak away some money, you know, whatever you can. I mean, some people, they don't understand. It looks here like Iran is targeting the U.S. military bases in Qatar. Good luck, bros. And to all the innocent people, it really sucks. There are some innocent people in these countries, and because people want to play games like they're all about, you know, oppression or whatever, I'm just telling you now, war is not a game. It's a lot. And you're never going to get me to agree to it because I do want peace. I don't have to I don't have to prove I'm a tough guy. It doesn't work that way. All right, let me look at this really quick so you guys can see it. I want to show you. I don't know where it is. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Boom. Transparency at its best. It's hard to find a real YouTuber that's willing to show you. All right, guys, here's my position on GameStop. Right here, today's the 23rd, so you see that I bought in today. I only had $10, so I'm down 11 cents on my buy-in, which is not bad for me. I bought essentially a half a share, full share, a little bit of a share, partial payments on share, partial whatever. But overall for this month, I'll track this month for you. This month is right here, and I am red, and I am down all of these dollars, 19, 8, 8, 6, 5, whatever, 7, a little bit of green here. But I'm down this month, right? So people will tell you I'm down. How many shares did I buy? 1, 2, 4, 7, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27. Right? I'm doing the math here. That's 27. 28. and about 28 and a half. And how many days are there this month? 23 so far. So 28 shares, and I feel happy. I feel happy about the 28 shares. All these shares are in the red right now, but you just got to go a little bit further down. You might find some green. But as you keep scrolling over all the years, you'll find a lot of green. Right here, October is a lot of green. You might be up. I spent $1,000 that day. I'm still up right now around $70 on that position, which is fine, 7%. But I just track it that way. I see what I can do. I see what I can afford. And there's been great days. There's been red days. There's a lot of green here. A lot of green here. Last year, May, a lot of green. Up $10, up $12, up hundreds of percent per share. But if you go through all this right here. So plenty right there. I think that's as far as they're going to take me back to 2024 right now. But, yeah, buy enough, do enough, feel good about it. And that's where I'm at right now. So just so that we're clear, buy a share a day. I'm over that average for this month. So that's why I slowed it down. I'm only doing $10 a day. I'm ahead. I feel good. That's just who I am. $20, $20 a day, $10 a day, whatever I can afford. Like I said, I'm still waiting to get paid. Maybe I buy a little bit more at these prices. I know the price is low. I want to get it way down here, but truth is, I don't care where I buy. I'm in share accumulation stage, and I'm going to be this way for a lot of years. But GameStop's still doing its thing. Right now, as I told you, it was going to go break past 23. Some people think, we don't know what we're talking about on this stuff. I was showing you the 5-minute chart. Let's go see if Marantz was right. Oh, there you go. So broke past this level of resistance, got up out of here. Once it got out of there, it's going up towards the next one. So 22.91 feels good. It's MOAS all over again. If you guys have anything you guys want to chime in with, you can. I'll read the chat here and there. But for the most part, I'm going to go to work. I'm just hanging out with you guys and giving out some value. So you guys have it. GameStop not over leveraging themselves with Bitcoin doesn't seem like such a bad idea now, does it? Exactly. 1 Bitcoin per day to keep the eye on the dollar cost average. No, I wouldn't do that. I want to talk about that. The fake Han guy can kick rocks. Well, I already blocked him. I block everybody, bros. Watching from the start and catching back up, I remember the legendary rant last year in your response to dilution. Yeah, Aaron, not Adam, Aaron, but yeah, Aaron. There was something else about that episode. I didn't play it, but I had actually said on that episode, I was talking about how GameStop at $28 is such a good buy, and it seems like that's what they're offering the company at, but I'd still keep buying it, whether it's down or up, it doesn't matter. But, I said all that a year ago, and we went a whole year sideways. Fine. I've gone 3 years sideways, and I didn't care, and I still won't care. I'm still going to keep buying. But as far as Bitcoin and all that goes, there was this tweet that got put out by Michael, and you guys, I don't know if you guys know who Michael is. They call him Cryo, whatever. Michael, I know you watch the show because all the info I say, you go and take it and you try to rewrite it, and you have been doing that for a lot of years, where you don't give credit for the research that I do, but yet you try to take it all. You can't even tell people how you found Mark Vadden, how you even know who the hell he is. You can't tell anyone how you figured out Sue Gove was a bad person, not a good person, after you said you were buying into Bed Bath & Beyond because of her. You don't understand bankruptcy. You don't understand investing. You don't understand. Another part you don't understand is what you tweeted out this weekend, where you said that there was a trade on GameStop at the last hour for $5 million. And how could they buy that many GameStop shares and not affect the price? It's like you're either ignorant or stupid, but I'm going to go with both. Have you ever bought anything in bulk? You ever gone somewhere? Wow, Freddie, 20 free memberships. That's amazing, dude. This guy, man. What am I going to do with Freddie, dude? Freddie's a different type of animal, man. I love that, man. He loves you, obviously. He gives you guys free memberships. And I will be opening up the coffers on some of those shows that we showed in the past. I have to watch them all first because there's certain guidelines that I want to follow, and I don't want to deal with the bullshit like I have had to deal with over all these years. But here's the thing: you go out and Michael says, there's this shares on the chart and it didn't affect the stock price. I don't know why people think like if these guys bought 1 million shares, it would affect the price. That's not how it works. They can all agree to buy something at one set price. Volume can increase crazy off of that one transaction for the amount of shares traded. I bought 1 million shares at $22.50. Doesn't mean that it needs to go up every increment of a penny because I'm buying these shares. I'm not buying them in tranches. I'm actually buying a tranche. I'm not buying them in like blocks of 100. Here's 100, here's 100, here's 100. No, you make an agreement, you find a broker, they say, yeah, we're going to sell you all these shares. And in this case, it was an ETF realignment on a quadruple witching or a triple witching day, which you should have known, Michael. It's just rebalancing of ETFs. So not that they have to find shares this morning. This way, I hope they can find shares on Monday. Yeah, they found them when they bought them. Maybe you missed that part. Settlement is one thing, aside from having price discovery because of settlement after the fact. Internalized trades are done on these broker accounts, these super brokers, mega brokers, whatever you want to call them. They sell you a share. They'll go figure it out after the fact. It's really simple. They have a whole pool full of them. Do you understand like how settlement works? They literally have like Robinhood. Robinhood will have X amount of GameStop shares in their own side, and then they'll go like this. What's the plus and minus? These guys bought this many, these guys sold this many. Okay, well, let me get even at the end of the day. It's really like that. It's really like that. They just tally up the total at the end. They're not actually doing physical settlement for each trade. They already have them right there. It's like, oh, you're selling me 20? Okay, good. Let me take these 20. Oh, you're only buying 5? Well, here's 5 for him. I got another 15 over here. It's like the computer does it for you, bro. Like, you don't have to get that in. It's not that complex, but it is. But you guys out there trying to fucking find stuff under rocks, chill. What's that got to do with the company? Go support the company, Michael. Please, go buy something at GameStop rather than just talk about it. Better yet, Michael, why don't you buy something from Bed Bath & Gone? That's what I want. I want you and PPCs to go to Bed Bath & Gone and try to buy something. Then when you guys can buy something from Bed Bath & Gone, then I'll agree that your shares are going to come back and everybody's going to rise from the ashes. Did you see this shit PPC's been tweeting? This guy's delusional. He's not delusional, and I know he doesn't believe what he says because he tweets it. He doesn't say it. They all are the same way. Okay, I want to explain something to you guys, America, about social media. People would rather tweet something and type something out for deniability, plausible deniability, whatever you want to do. They're not believable in person, not for the words either. So they'll just type it out. Or they'll take their face off the screen and they'll go, yeah, man, AMC, it's the best stock ever. Yeah, you can't see me. I'm not here. No, I'm behind this AI screen. Shut your ass up. You're going to cost people money and money and money. And why? Because they're all greedy. They all want a super chat. They all want a fan base. They all want this. We can make it because he made $100,000 from Bill Pulte saying, send him $500. Sound familiar, huh, Jackie? Jackie, you ever process this? Like, have you ever, like, you said that's what you're worth, right? You're worth 500. Does anybody understand that that's the limit? That's the limit that you can send on YouTube. You can't send more than 500 in a day. You can send $500 one-time super chat. Boom. So, hey, let's just go ahead and give that price for our Discord. That's going to be the price. I mean, isn't your information worth so much more than that? I mean, you guys are millionaires, aren't you? You're giving away all the info, all the answers. Aren't you a millionaire? Did I forget it? Matter of fact, if you're so successful in your trades and you're here for the people, why not give the info for free and just make your own? Make your own trade. I make my own trade. Show me your trade. Do that. Post all your trades. I just posted mine. I'm down. I didn't make any. I'm down a couple grand. So? I mean, shit, I don't care. Just checked in. I will watch later. Nice work, Marantz. Fuck Jackie. Freddie is crazy, bro. He paid money to say that. $51 for the Team 51. You know who you are. I just want to make this very clear. The song I played at the beginning of this stream demonetized everything I do. So, yes, the memberships and the super chats, they do help out the stream, but I don't get ad revenue. Why? Because I play, I saw her standing there. That's what I play Beatles, bros. Do you know what they charge me when I play the Beatles? My life. Shout out to Trove, though. Trove has new music. Anthony says, shout out to Saturdays. Live, by the way. Your take on the Iran mess. By the way, Saturday morning, you took AJ to GameStop. We finally scored Pokemon cards. Booster bundle. He was so stoked. Got to upload and tag you on the video. Hell yeah, Anthony. Let's do that, bro. I want to watch the little man open up some packs. My take on the Iran shit. Yeah, I was pretty emotional. I was pretty real. I just feel like, it's open season for Americans now, but it sucks. I try not to get involved in stuff, but hey, shout out to YouTube flagging me every time I play copyrighted music. But check out Trove. He's on YouTube. He makes music about GameStop. He's got a whole new album. I'll get around to listening to all of it and playing it. I just was really busy this weekend. I had 2 days off this weekend. The last time I had a weekend off with my wife is when we go on vacation. I haven't had a weekend off with my wife in half a year at least. And I will tell you, we were just playing nothing but Marvin Gaye songs. Whew. If you don't know Marvin Gaye songs, I'll leave it alone. Yeah! GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. YouTube. Get at me. I'll play another one, kid.